I am Transformers Fanco 328, and we have returned to Let's Play Pokemon Sapphire. Yeah, if you're curious as to why there's like three different, the different aspect ratios, it's because I actually started splitting up the audio before I had the chance to actually shrink down the video to make it look professional. Now, anyways, I find something very interesting. Before, I should mention that I'm actually going to make a cut soon as I actually go and do a lot of farming for my Pokemon, like raise them up a bit. But I should mention that I've actually noticed that during my recordings that I don't have a set team. And I don't think I ever will until the final, until the final battles of the game. Because I just want to keep rotating my team around with all but my starter in order to have a decent variety of the teams in order for you to see what kind of Pokemon that I can capture and what I can use during certain portions of the game. Instead of relying on restrictively specific Pokemon. But that's not a bad way to play. I mean, I've seen Chugga Conroy's Let's Play. It's awesome. As you see here, my Silcoon evolved into a Beautifly, and, well, let me be honest here. I like the way that Chugga has all these different team members, and it's very interesting to see things like this. However, the sad thing is, I don't really see a whole lot of, variety teams. Oh, what am I to do? We were on a walk, Pico and I, but we were jumped by an old thug! The scoundrel made up with my darling Pico! Roar, Pico! Yeah. We'll learn more about this guy later, and in case you're curious, that was a Pokeball. I wonder what that Wingull, that Team Aqua... Ah, come on! Seriously. What? Are you coming? Come and get some then! And I back off. Like, I don't want you to get some then. God, get all in all! The hostage Pokemon turned out to be worthless! And to think I made a getaway in this tunnel to nowhere. Hey, you! So you want to battle me? So here we have another Team Aqua Grunt. This is our second. Obviously. We just encountered our first, 2 episodes ago. Yeah, I was right. It was 2 episodes ago. Now, watch as this Poochyena gets completely dominated by my Zigzagoon! Seriously, this Zigzagoon has proven to be a very useful Pokemon throughout this Let's Play. It's pretty ironic considering that Zigzagoon isn't exactly one of the better Pokemon. One thing that you could typically find in most any of the early routes in the game, and it's proven to be one of the best Pokemon on my team. This is plain not right. The boss told me this would be a slick and easy job to pull. All I had to do was steal some package from Devon. You want it back that badly? Take it. And we get the Devon goods back from him. Yay. And... Pico! I'm glad to see you safe. Pico is related to you. They call me Mr. Briny. And you are? Ah, so you're May. I sincerely thank you. Now, if there's anything that troubles you, don't hesitate, blah, 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 blah. You can find me at my college in the senior Pebble Woods. Come, Pico. Let us do something that I couldn't read. I really need to slow down the audio. Slow down the text. Anyways. One boring walk through this route later. Oh, how'd it go? The Devon goods? You did! You got them back! You really are a great trainer. I know, as my thanks, I'll give you another Great Ball! Hooray! Awesome. May put away the Great Ball. Excuse me, please. Come with me. This is the Devon Corporation's 3rd floor. Our president's office is on this floor. Actually, this is your president's office. By the way, that parcel you got back for us, could I get you to deliver that to the shipyard in Slateport? It would be awful if those robbers tried to take it again, so... damn it, I really need to start slowing down the text if I'm supposed to do this post-commentary. God, I can't predict it. Our president would like to have a word with you. Please come with me. Hooray! Please, go ahead. I'm Mr. Stone, the president of the Devon Corporation. I just got word about you. You saved our staff not just once, but twice. I have a favor to ask of an amazing person like you. I understand that you're delivering a packet to Slateport Shipyard. Well, on the way, could you stop off in Dewford Town? I was hoping that you'd deliver a letter to Stephen in Dewford. Hooray! Now you should know that I am a great president, so I'd never be so cheap as to ask a favor for nothing in return. That's why I want you to have this. He hands us his PokeNav. Okay, maybe that's not his. It's a Pokemon Navigator, or PokeNav for short. It's an indisputable tool for any trainer, and goddammit, I need to slow down the text. You can check the locations of Dewford and Slateport easily. And we shall do just that. I cut to where I actually get to the PokeNav because I end up going to the bag, and here we have the full view of the Hoenn map. As you can tell, the later part of the game is almost predominantly water. Yes. And anyways, we just see Slateport City, and Dewford Town is actually that blue dot here. And there's Slateport. And you can zoom in, you can actually get some information on certain locations. But anyways, one boring walk through this place, and I didn't realize that I had running shoes later. I'm making it over to here. I probably was supposed to cut over there, but, you know. Now let us continue. I actually realized that I was supposed to go down and not up, because I'm supposed to meet Mr. Briny near the Petalburg Woods. And here, I actually switch out my Pokemon because I thought for a second that this was actually the optional rival battle, but apparently I was a total moron. That rival battle is exclusively to Pokemon Emerald. Watching Sugar Conroy's Let's Play and trying to connect it to a game of which he mentions is not where the battle happens is not a good idea. Basically, Brendan is just telling us about how he had a Pokemon catching frenzy in Petalburg Woods and got a lot of decent Pokemon. However, none of those Pokemon are displayed in the next Pokemon book. None of the Pokemon possible to catch in Petalburg Woods, or hell, even at this point in the game, are even present in his the next battle we have with him. I mean, we won't even be getting those Pokemon until like the 3rd or 4th batch, for God's sakes. I mean, it's almost like when the Pokemon Emerald Let's Play, he had May had a friggin' Torkoal. You can't even get that until, like, a certain location in the game. Which you probably know already. And I'm holding off the man! Hold on, lass! Wait up, Pico! You're May! You saved my darling Pico! We also miss you! What's that? You want to stay with me? We have a letter bound for Dewford and a package for Slateport then. Quite the busy life you must have, lad, but certainly, what you're asking for is no problem at all. You must come to the right man. We'll set sail for Dewford. Dewford, here we come! Anchors away! Pico, we're setting sail, my darling! And I actually end up accidentally speeding up the next ship ride. And apparently I'm some kind of moron in some cases. I actually do keep a couple of the trainer battles on screen, but I know that this isn't gonna go on forever, so I do cut a couple of them. It's just both of the fishermen here I'll actually fight. I'll actually fight on screen. There's actually a fisherman here that gives you the old rod. The only rod that matters, to be quite honest, is the super rod. And thankfully, since Diamond and Pearl, it's only been the super rod. The old rod, the good rod, the super rod, just make it the super rod. Just let me catch Pokemon with a regular fishing rod, and not just have it be specific kinds of rods, which more often than not will most likely have a better catch rate or a lower catch rate on encounter rate. A lower encounter rate in certain areas. Anyways, Tentacool was about to pull off a move called Supersonic. The funny thing was that I was actually surprised that the move Supersonic existed. But the funny thing was that the move had actually existed since the first generation. And having actually played the first generation games around the time they were released, because I had a mother who actually got a copy of the Pokemon Blue version, the funny thing about that, I mean, it was just weird like that. I was shocked that the move Supersonic was present. It's weird like that. How was I surprised that move was present in the series when it was around since the inception of the series? It makes no sense. Yeah, well. Anyways, we have a friggin' Magikarp. For God's sakes, can these fishermen learn? Raise your Magikarps to level 15 so it can learn a goddamn attacking move. Oh yes, speaking of the following rival battle, even though the following rival battle will not have a Magikarp, The Pokemon still knows Splash, and it does actually use it. I'm actually surprised that Brendan has a Pokemon like that. I'm surprised. I'm surprised that thing actually gave me trouble in like another recording when I tried another Let's Play of it. Odd like that, isn't it? Yeah, well. Again, Zigzagoon has surprisingly proven to be one of the better Pokemon on my team, despite the fact that it's one of the more common and least useful Pokemon in the game. It turns out to be very useful, really. It's managed to defeat most kinds of Pokemon. It's actually resistant to a few types. It has a wide move pool, and it actually has the pickup ability, which lets me get rare items early on in the game. As I mentioned before, I believe I mentioned this before, I got like 2 freaking rare candies, several full restores, and ultra balls before they're even given to you. Given to you! And when you're given these items, you can typically buy them in like the next town or something. So that gives you an implication of how easy it is to get rare items. Sort of rare. Maybe I'm kind of wrong on that. I don't know anymore. I actually like to also keep the Pokemon on my team up to snuff. Like, I have like a minimum level, and like one of the later recordings I have, I actually end up spending like a near full 10 minutes on grinding. That's crazy. Look, right there! I got a goddamn rare candy! A rare candy! I'm legitimately surprised. If I hadn't noticed that it was actually a rare candy, I probably would have passed it off like a regular item find. Anyways, this hiker will give you the Hidden Machine Flash. Flash is useful if you don't know your way around the area, and as such you can actually see in dark areas. But only in this Granite Cave and one other area, actually I take that back, 2 other areas, are when you're going to need this. In this time, I actually spend like near 4 full minutes trying to increase raise my Pokemon to suitable levels. And even then, some Pokemon don't even reach suitable levels until I go for more wild Pokemon bashing later on. I call it wild Pokemon bashing because of how many wild Pokemon I beat up for it. Poor wild Pokemon. Again, I keep forgetting that I have a run button. But anyways, this is about the end of the episode. So this is Transformers Franco 328. I'm done. I'll see you next time, and you might see an interesting thing next time. Be seeing you then.